Yo, yo, yo. Hey, this is for my kinfolk. 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 First of all, I wanna thank the guy above that teaching me was right and showing me much love. Thanking all the people that pushing me ahead. Now I know in due time be breaking off bread. Living life and life turns gotta do. Cause things in the past might come back and hunt you. The way you started out, the way you fought about. Avoided all the haters cause you took a different route. You suffered from the loss, you ate from the pain. With all the depth you kept a step and yet you still remain. So let's smoke, sit back and do a toast. Not my family but you know to me as King Flo. Yo, this is for my kinfolk. This is for my kinfolk. This is for my kinfolk. This is for my kinfolk.
What down? Break it down. Yo. What's going on? What's going on, good people? How y'all feel today? Blessed, I hope. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and get this time out the way that we got to get to our high power. You know what I'm saying? And I think you should do the same, is give them all powers. You know what I'm saying? That's for waking you up, opening up your eyes today. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be thankful today. You know what I'm talking about? In every way. You know what I'm talking about? I had good news. I talked to one of my buddies. You know what I'm talking about? One of my old brothers that I used to kick it with. You know what I'm saying? And we had a nice little conversation on the phone. You know what I'm saying? He on his way to Chicago right now. You know what I'm saying? So I guess, you know what I'm saying, I can do nothing but wish him safe travels and holler at me when he get there and shit so we can, you know what I'm saying, reminisce or whatever. But I just want to see what's going on, and before we do that, you know what I'm saying, let me get these birthday shots out the way. You know what I'm saying, to these birthday people. You know what I'm saying? We got a queen on the list first, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, the Mac, you feel me? Happy birthday to you, yeah. Yay. Yeah. I don't know what you call it, but you know what I'm saying? If I'm not pronouncing it right, you know what I'm saying? Hit me back and I get it right. Yanessa Smith, what's up? Rockwell, Double H, all everything in this bitch, you know what I'm saying? God damn it, OG of the land, you know what I'm saying? Queen, you continue on being the queen and doing the things that you do. Happy birthday to you. Enjoy your day. We got Tanika Humphreys. Happy birthday to you, sis, and many more to come. I love you, you know what I'm saying? And you continue to stay blessed. And my bro, Jermaine Day, you already know, man. Ain't even nothing to talk about, you know what I'm saying? Happy birthday to you, my brother, with many more to come. Okay, now that we got that out the way, people, let's go. Where we at? Just letting you know I'm in the studio. I might be behind the stage a little bit, but I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Have no fear, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I had a topic that I wanted to put up today. Yeah, I had a topic that I wanted to put up today, and I just came to this just be my own thinking, people. So you know what I'm saying. You know, if you get something out of it, you know what I'm saying, that's cool too. Matter of fact, my buddy got on last time, and I gotta send my friend request my invites out too. You know, I want to send one to my buddy, my little brother from another mother. And I need to send a shout out to my big bro too, man. You know, he probably still enjoying his birthday, but you know what I'm saying? I gotta do this. A lot of my people been busy. I ain't been had a chance to talk to, so you know what I'm saying? That's part of the body why I send these invites out. Just want to check on everybody, make sure everybody doing okay. You know, maybe I can change their day or whatever. You know, you never know. Some people need to vent sometimes. You know, we need to just take time out for them people to listen to what they got to say. Really, they don't be needing no point and no views. They just be wanting people just to, you know what I'm saying, just to listen. Because, mental illness is real, man. People go through it. Everybody go through it. You know what I'm saying? You see people committing suicide. Some people, killing their whole families and things like that. And some people just choose to represent on the streets, to live on the streets and things like that. And just forget about everything. Just lay everything down. The only thing they didn't do was close their eyes. And ain't gave up yet. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what, somebody like us to do, in a predicament like that, because, we got a will. We think about shit. Do they think about being better, having better, wanting better, and things like that? You got to know and ask yourself, what you think it was that got them in the predicament that they got it themselves into. I see a lot of homeless people down here in Vegas. And sometimes I wonder and stuff, do it come from, domestic? Do it come from them gambling, losing everything that they have? You know what I'm saying? Resulting into using drugs or whatever. You got to ask yourself them questions. And today, my topic is really, well, I can just explain it, But today, I'm learning to credit my critics. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we get into fights, physical altercations and things like that, or will ruin a person's lifestyle or whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying? But we never took time to credit our critics. Back in the days, it was this guy named Nostradamus, you know what I'm saying, which he used to call himself predicting the future, how the world gonna end and everything, as far as nuclear or diseases, floods, and things like that. You know what I'm saying? He say by, what it is. It's 2023 now. About 37 something, 34 something, that the world ain't gonna be it no more. And he talked about meteorites hitting the earth. You know what I'm saying? The nuclear missiles tearing up the earth. Even, if flooding, the world is just completely underwater. From the water and shit rising and everything else out there sinking. But that's a critic. You know what I'm saying? And when you look at that word critic, you got to look at it in both ways. You got to look at it in a positive way, and you got to look at it in a negative way. The negative way is the way we always pursue things. Want to be critics among us and things like that. We get mad, we get angry, we want to fight, put our hands on people and things like that. But we never use critic the other way around. We never really actually flip the switch on the word critic. You know what I'm saying? And we got plenty critics out here, food critics. You know what I'm saying? We got entertainment critics. You know what I'm saying? All type of critics. Just like Nostradamus. But instead of taking the negative side out of the criticism, look for the optimism up in the criticism. You know what I'm saying? Let it be a crystal ball for you sometimes. Know what the outside sees of you looking in. Do you know what I'm saying? Sometimes we got to take criticism in consideration. You remember on Maury, they used to have the ugly ducklies and stuff that come from, you know what I'm saying, school where everybody used to pick on them and stuff. Pick on them, say they ugly, talk about them and all this type of stuff. They used to be on the Maury show. If somebody looked at, you know, if you used to look at Maury or whatever. But years down the line, those same people he invited on his show, and now they look fantastic, fabulous, beautiful. And not only did he have the people on the show, but he had the bullies that was bullying him back in high school and everything like that on the show too. Like 10, 20, 15 years later. And the ones that used to call them ugly ducklies and talk about them all the time, used to bully him at school, look at him on stage today and be like, wow. And actually be interested in having a relationship with him. You know what I'm saying? The ugly duckly don't turn into the beauty or the handsome. And now the one in high school, they used to talk about him to make them feel bad and shit. It's surprised at the way they look now and want to get with them. But guess what? That show you things had changed. The criticism that they got from back in high school, they took a look at. They couldn't stop what was happening to them, that people gonna say this and gonna say that and have their own chain of thought about a person. But they never got mad. Well, they probably was mad, upset and things like that. But, you know, they didn't have no room to do nothing, though. Because after all, they was being bullied. So the only thing that they can do is change themselves. You know what I'm saying? And they held on to it for a long time, through years, taking steps on doing this to themselves, or what people talk about the most part of their body or whatever and things like that. They corrected it. They beautified it. You know what I'm saying? They perfected it. Not perfected it, but improved it. And now the bully is left out in the rain. You know what I'm saying? Trying to start a relationship with that person and shit. Because the person is still judging them by their first appearance, the way they presented themselves to him in the first place. So you already know that's a no-go. And another reason I say, you know what I'm saying, credit your critics, because like I say, they on the outside looking in of some shit that you might can correct in your life. Some stuff that other people see as well. You know what I'm saying? Everything is a learning process. How do we be the best in how do we be the best in what we do? It's about failing. Trying it the first time and not really, you know what I'm saying, getting it and shit like that. But working on it, getting better at it. And now you're considered to be one of the best. You know, something come from criticism. Some people tell you you're not looking good. Something about your clothes, they're not right, or whatever, and things like that. You get a few of those out of a day of what you wearing, you're gonna take a look at it. You know what I'm saying? Which you don't supposed to change for nobody. But it just have you taking a look at things, changing some things that don't fit or whatever, even if it's that person. If they're a critic and they criticize a lot and stuff like that, you know, that's helpful to you, right? Because you make the determination on whether you want to be with them or not, right? And you got good criticism also. You know what I'm saying? And criticism, good criticism, is in the eye of the beholder. Criticism comes from an individual and their thoughts, their perception of what they see, what's going on. You know, nobody really just gonna walk up to a person and ask them, "How am I? How am I to you? How do I act? How do I act around people?" Ooh, they gonna tell you before they ask you. I'm all this, and pack of chewing gum or whatever it may be. But ain't no person gonna never too much ask you about their performance or whatever. You know, a male might ask a female that probably, you know what I'm saying, the way he feel, if he unmanageable in his thoughts, you know what I'm saying? Or how last night was I better than anybody you ever had or whatever and shit. You know, that's him being weak. Not sure of himself. But sometimes we gotta take criticism in consideration. And we gotta thank our critics. We gotta credit them. Even if it's stop fucking with them, leaving them alone. That's credit. That's credit that they don't build up in you. You know what I'm saying? To where you could just be like, man, I'm cool. I don't need nothing else. Not from you. So, you know, if you can, you know, like myself, try to learn how to, you know what I'm saying, embrace criticism. Cause it can't do nothing, it can't change you or nothing like that. Believe me, when a person first met you, they took a more inventory of you. Some probably did it for a week, couple weeks, a month, or whatever and stuff. It's like experimenting and being experienced afterwards. Once a person know how you is and know your caliber, they know you. They know if you're a cleanless person, if you stay clean. They know if you stay dirty, bummy, or whatever. They know if you dress good. They know if you eat too much or whatever. They already got their understanding. They already don't took their more inventory of your personality. So the rest is criticism. It's either gonna be shit that you gotta work on, that you need to work on, Or it's gonna be shit that they don't like about you, that you're doing good on. You know what I'm saying? Criticism could be negative or positive. It's the way you perceive it. And I think we need to learn to take it in consideration to look at the optimistic parts about it and shit, so we won't have to put our hands on nobody. We don't have to get too mad about the situation and shit. Because after all, they say what make you laugh is what make you cry. At the same motherfucking time. Meaning you can hurt the next person, you can get hurt the next minute. We all in the same boat. That's why we got to stop the black on black crime. We got to stop arguing. We got to stop looking down on each other, being jealous of each other, being envious, wanting to be that person, wanting to change positions with that person. Even if it's backdooring a person in their relationship or whatever that case may be. Thinking that you deserve to be in the picture. And the person don't. Thinking you deserve what a person don't earn. Don't work hard for. Think that you own. You know what I'm saying? Start taking criticism in consideration. After all, people already know how you are. Like I said, they experimented, they experienced, and now they experienced. Always be yourself, man. We ain't got to put our hands on nobody. We ain't got to start no fight. It ain't got to be no confrontation or nothing like that. Once we hear what we hear, we can walk away because we know what we know as far as about the situation, and we know as we know about the person that's giving out the information. You know if you want to be with that person or whatever. You know, we tend to like shit that ain't really good for us at times. It's just like, you know what I'm saying, the presidency and shit, Trump and shit. All the stuff he doing, he supposed to be turning himself in Tuesday. So, you know, all this Civil War type of stuff been wanting to go on, all this race war been wanting to go on. The people got all the guns and all this type of stuff. That's why I tell us to stick together, beware our surroundings, love one another, watch out for one another. Let's build off each other and things like that. Because it's going to get rough. But we tend to go with the negative things out of life. Just like we know everything that the man did on TV, watching every day. But he still ain't went to jail. If it was one of us or anybody of our color, any other color, they would have been put up under the jail by then. You should have noticed about all the people that he employed. All of the people that he employed either fired from their job or in jail. Lost property, all type of shit. We tend to draw off the negative things, man. And when we take criticism, we take it bad. We don't want nobody talking about us and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? We are contested before we take a look at it. And see, how do I motherfucking piece fit on the puzzle? You know, a person could be saying it out of anger, jealousy, or whatever. But a person also can be criticizing you for some shit you need to get on top of. They don't give us no right to get mad and put our hands on a person and shit because they said some shit that's true. That's what usually happens. Because the true shit makes a motherfucking aggressive person turn into a victim. Because they don't ever want to be wrong. It's either their way or the highway. You know what I'm saying? So today, man, you know what I'm saying? Me, I don't know about you, but I'm working on, man, I credit my critics. I work on shit that I need to work on. They can have all the other shit, cause the other shit is the shit that they gotta deal with, that they gotta live with, that they gotta see in me that makes them mad. They gotta live with all that shit. But if they say some shit like the world gonna end or something like that, a meteor gonna hit or whatever, the critics and shit like that, you got people that's gonna stack canned goods and all that type of shit. Cause that's information, even though the world might not end, but that's something to think about, and they let you know that you're not the only person that think about shit. About the world flooding, nuclear bombs, a meteorite hitting it, or everybody dying from diseases or whatever and shit like that. It might scare us and shit like that, but it prevents shit from happening because it's up front. Okay, since the motherfucker thought about it, we're gonna work on it right now. We ain't gonna let it hit us at the last minute when we can't do shit about it. We got critics, so we can get on top of it. Just like if a motherfucker talk about you. If you're in the wrong, you're in the wrong. But if you're in the right, they on the jealous type shit. You know what I'm saying? It's simple. It ain't nothing to fight about. You know what I'm saying? To tear a person away from their livelihood, nothing like that. It's just some shit to get on top of. You know what I'm saying? After all, everybody always say keep their enemies close or whatever. Yeah, you keeping them close, but are you listening to the words that's coming out their mouth? You know what I'm saying? They got a right to be credit. Credit as in left the mess alone. You get a chance to do that. To walk away from BS. Or whatever the case may be. Peter Paul, Pistol, what's happening, baby? I ain't know if, you know what I'm saying, you had to do some overtime or what. You know what I'm saying? I had sent a few people invitations. But, you know, you be working a lot. You know what I'm saying? Doing your thing and shit, so. But good to see you, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Word to the mother. You know what I'm saying? On the real. But yeah, man, that's what we got to start doing, man. We got to stop letting shit take a hold of us, man. Stop getting ourselves in more trouble. You know what I'm saying? We got to calculate our steps when we do shit. We got to sit back and observe instead of speaking too fast nowadays. We got to listen to really get the understanding on what's going on before we put our 2 cents in. Is that what they used to call it? Put our 2 cents in and stuff like that? Yeah. But yeah, man, we need to start crediting the ones that showing us shit that, you know what I'm saying, that we don't see in ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And you should be able to recognize it. You know what I'm saying? If a person said, if it's true, you know what I'm saying, it's just something to get on top of. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no sense of putting your hand on nobody, you know what I'm saying, playing victim or whatever. It's just something to get on top of, man. You know what I'm saying? Because after all, people be on the outside looking in on a lot of people on how they live, how they dress, how they act. You know what I'm saying? How they respect others and things like that. So, you know what I'm saying? That's keep the critic part as a ups for you. You know what I'm saying? It's some shit to prevent from happening. You know what I'm saying? All the time. You know what I'm saying? Criticism. The ugly Dougly turn into the beautifulest mother in the world. You know what I'm saying? And then motherfuckers catch the vapors. You know what I'm saying? Things can always be changed. Like I said, your name gonna stay the same. And what goes up in the air out of somebody's mouth as far as your name is just gonna go up and disappear. It ain't got nothing to do with the way you live your life. You know what I'm saying? If you living your life accordingly, drama-free, stress-free, and you handling that business, what could a person say about you? A person can create something. It can be a critic that creates something, but it reflects back on them because people don't already have their understanding of you to knowing what you represent, knowing how you dress, knowing you stay clean and all that type of shit and be on top of your business. So how that make a critic look? You know what I'm saying? But if the shit ain't right, it's just something to take a look at. You know what I'm saying? That's why we should credit our critics. You know what I'm talking about? Don't get mad at high society and shit like that. You know, today I try not to give nobody nothing to say about me, but they gonna say something about me. You know, like the religious people say, they talked about Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? And Jesus Christ was proclaimed to be, you know what I'm saying? I guess perfect, but still was talked about. You can do your best and be your best and achieve the best with a medal on top. And it's still going to be somebody that say something about you. It's still going to be a critic in the crowd, just like it's a critic for food. To get the chef on top of his shit to fixing the food right, like Chef Ramsay. See, when you get a critic on you, you know what I'm saying? Everything you do, you plan for. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to set yourself up for no downfall. So a critic give you hope. Tell you some shit that you can do before anybody else sees, before anything else happens, or whatever. They give you the ups. It's like rubbing the crystal ball. Man, what's going to happen to me if I do? Oh, the critic going to tell you. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, critics give information from their own thoughts, not from your thoughts, or you asking them, how was I? How I act? No. A critic gonna tell you what you need to know, what they see on the outside looking in. You know, it's a lot of us think we perfect out here. We walk out the door thinking we looking good when we really looking bad. But we can't see it though. Sometimes we don't even see the changes in ourselves. Because we don't convince ourselves that we on our shit and all that type of shit. But at the same time, putting ourselves in denial. Don't even know I am lying to myself. So I guess critics are fundamental. If the water ain't tasting great, I want somebody to tell me. Because somebody might get sick in the long run. The food ain't tasting great. I want somebody to tell me. Because somebody might get sick in the long run. Or whatever may happen. Like I say on Maury, the ugly duckling. Don't turn into the most prettiest thing and look at the bully sitting in the audience like, man, can I get your number? Man, ugly duckling looking at their ass now like, man, you fucked up now. I'm cool. But thank you for the criticism that you gave me back in high school. You know what I'm saying? Because things don't change after that. You know what I'm saying? And don't forget that it's good criticism and it's bad criticism. And criticism comes from a person as an individual. He don't hut up with a whole bunch of people and shit like that, and they put checks on the shit that you don't did and comments and shit like that, and then they come tell you like the referee in the middle of the football game and shit and let you know what the decision is. No, they gonna tell you right off. Some of them might walk around and say, man, you got a bug on your nose. The average motherfucker gonna get mad because he was criticized. Maybe want to fight the dude, hurt him and shit like that. But at the same time, they know the booger was on his nose and wasn't the type to have boogers on his nose. So that was an unsettled position for him. But that critic informed him on it. It was just something that was so happened said about himself that he couldn't take because he put himself on the pedestal of being high to where can no mother criticize him. So he took matters in his own hands and put his hands on the critic side, on the critic. Not knowing that 100 motherfuckers could have saw that that booger on his nose at the engagement that he was going to being around his favorite people, trying to get that favorite girl. The critic prevented that. You know what I'm saying? Just got to watch what we do, people. We got to learn to turn fighting into communication. You know what I'm saying? And I think a person could settle for loud talking and cursing and all that other type of stuff. But once you put your hand on the person, I think you're going too far. You know what I'm saying? We should be mature and educated enough to talk to where we can get our point across with just words without having to put our hands on somebody and beat them into believing this or taking our side or being right about a situation that usually occur that somebody don't want to hear because it's detrimental to themselves. You know what I'm saying? So if we can use words, you know what I'm saying, and replace them from putting our hands on people, you know what I'm saying, I think we can have a good start, you know what I'm saying, on some unity. And, you know, because everybody don't want to get their point across, don't want to, you know what I'm saying, usually, I guess, go at it on a conversation because, you know, it's a lot of us don't have those words to put out there to have a conversation fluidly with the vocabulary and things like that. So we'll result to fighting and shit to end it real quick. To quit all the talking and shit like that. Because we can't take the language. We can't take the truth about the shit that's being said because we play a part up in it. You know? So watch how you handle your criticism out there, people. You know what I'm saying? Treat others really how you want to be treated. How you want to be talked to. How you want to be served, host, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You're always supposed to do unto a person as a person do unto you, but in the good way. It only works good in the good way. It's a one-way street when it comes to that. Not when it comes to bad. You don't settle differences with bad. That's like pouring gasoline on the fire. You conjuring up more bullshit to put in the game. But if you suffer doing good, then to suffer doing bad, you'll be okay with it. It will no longer live rent-free in your head because it'll be all right and over with. Now you can go back to taking care of that business, getting yourself in order, going at that bag, making sure the kids have a good foundation and things like that. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing that we always dreamed about doing or see on TV in life is to have a good roof over our head with food in our belly, nice family behind us with a roof over our head. And you know what I'm saying? That's doing good. Having family day, playing games and stuff, learning from each other. You know what I'm saying? From each other. Old just as well as the young. Doing shit that's going to make a difference. That's going to put my generation or family on track. So we talk about the negativity and we talk about the positivity all the time. Today it's about crediting your critics. Credits and critics. I always give credit to all the people that's doing something good. Whether I know them or not, I get credit what credit's due. If you're doing good, I'm going to credit you. See, when you're doing bad, you can come on Food for Thought and listen to me. Because I am my best critic, worst critic, or whatever you want to know. You know, I'll talk about myself before I talk about anybody else. Because it betters me. I get an understanding on what I have to do. Most of all, what I've been through. Plus, I don't have the right to point the finger at the next person and tell them what they're doing wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to judge another person when I got a lot of shit going on. I'm looking through somebody else's window while somebody looking through mine. Telling me to clean up my motherfucking backyard. You know what I'm saying? I don't have the right to do that. But if you're doing good, I do credit you. And as far as being a critic, like I say, I put myself with the, you know what I'm saying, with the situation, or talk about the situation as a whole, as a culture. Shit that's going wrong that I see. It ain't never false. Whatever I'm saying is true. Because I'm seeing it out of my own eyes. And I'm smart enough to listen to the critics. To keep all bullshit aside and prepare for what's finna come happen. What's finna go on. To better myself in every way. Each and every day if I gotta do it. To the day that I die. You know, it's a process for me. I don't have so much negativity in me and shit. It's gonna take the rest of my life for me to practice these principles that I talk about, that I preach. I'm the only person that can save me. I can't today put my life in nobody else's hands. Not even the people that made me. You know what I'm saying? It's only one spirit riding here. Ain't nobody holding hands inside of me. It's just me. And I gotta suffer for whatever I do. Or whatever in my circle. I gotta deal with that. You know what I'm saying? Like yesterday, we talked about ownership. That's the shit that I own, the shit that I carry with me every day. I mean, my plate was filled up to the motherfucking top. I was headed for a downfall. I had too much on my plate. And I had nobody to help me eat this shit. It got to a point to where I had to stand up eating. I couldn't even sit down and eat. I had to eat my shit standing up to get this shit up off my plate. I worked on that plate for years to get rid of this shit. Just to get up from the table. Grandmother told me, my great-grandmother told me all the time, don't leave that table if your plate ain't empty. Make sure everything gone. The broccoli. But before that, I had a chance to pick what I want to eat. not knowing if I was going to like it, not knowing that if it was too much for me. My eyes took the position of my appetite. This shit I had to sleep on. I had to sleep at the table because the food was still there. And the more I tried to swallow at one time, the more it was coming up. Up out of me. I had to slow down. I had to take my time. I had to eliminate the word fast out of my life because I was out for fast money. You know what I'm saying? I was running a fast life. I was looking for fast girls, stealing fast cars. What's next for me? A fast lifespan? I get to leave fast. I get to die fast. For being in a rush, for me, thinking that I'm going to miss out on something. Following the crowd, people pleasing, being somebody that I'm not, just trying to fit in and be liked and be hearted, just like the book. Credit your critics, people. Sometimes they tell you shit that you need to know. Don't get mad. Don't put your hands on them, nothing like that. If you're doing what you got to do, it's all fine and gravy. But if it's something that they recognize, that you can recognize within yourself, that you can change in order to keep it out another person's mouth, do your thing. Hey, Jermaine, thank you, baby. What's going on, man? Happy birthday, man, with many more. I gave you a shout out today. You know, I give people birthday shots out every day, and I want you to continue to stay blessed, my brother. I love you, and enjoy your day, man. All the time. Got to get credit what credit due, man. You know what I'm saying? My point is making a person feel good about themselves. Yes, sir, all the time. Even if they got a gun pointed on me, I want to make them feel good. I want to make them feel so good that they put the gun down and say, man, I don't even want to do that, man. I ain't finna do that to you. Motherfucker had a gun on me, I'll tell him what he mean in the world. Or what I think he mean in the world. That he can be a king, a CEO, anything. Most nicest, respectful person in the world. I can see it up in the person or whatever. You got to have the ism to make him put him down in the mind. Sometimes physical things don't work all the time, man. And we got to stop beating people up, man. We got to stop beating people up for being themselves, man. Every one person don't think alike, man. We think different. We do things different. You know what I'm saying? We got to embrace this one life that we have, man, because that's all we have. Once we gone, our brothers and sisters and mothers and fathers and cousins, everybody live on. We can't change nobody but ourselves. We can't depend on nobody but ourselves. As far as our well-being and what happens around us. It's easy for us to put ourselves in a predicament where a crowd at and everybody carrying guns. We can make the decision to go there. But we can make the decision to stay where we at. We already took our more inventory of everybody that we know. We know what everybody stand for. We know what everybody out for. We know how everybody looking, dressing, all that. Why do we have misunderstandings and fight over things that we know already? Some people still fighting over words today of criticism. Some of this shit is true. Most of it is not. It's either something to get on top of, if it's not, or it's something, you know what I'm saying, you can walk away from. We don't have to fight about little things like that, especially if we mature. And we already know what we got, what we accomplished, what we established, who we made impression on, who we gave insight to, suggestions. Or even gave something to somebody physically. You know what I'm saying? Let's start loving each other a little more, y'all. I love the get-togethers that everybody have. You know, if I ask everybody, you know, do they have get-togethers, they'll say yeah, and all that stuff. I know, I believe you and shit, but you saying yeah, but you're kicking it with your friends, with people that you don't spend 20 and 30 years with, though. You don't did this shit every day for 20 and 30 years and never included the kids. You know what I'm saying? We still drinking, smoking in front of the kids when we go home. Why we can't party with them? They be over and have their own little section in the park with their toys and whatever they doing and shit. We can watch them too. We can discipline them. We can keep them out the streets. Most of all, put them on a learning process. While we over there on the other side of the park right there, smoking and drinking, talking shit, big teething, slick beefing, criticizing. We could do that together as a whole. We can start that way. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Everybody's included. You know what I'm saying? Kids might see a nice or hear a nice outlook on life. It's a learning process, man. And all we do. I ain't gonna keep you for long. You know, I had limited my time to at least about up under an hour and stuff like that. But you know, usually I be on here, I be like 2 and 3 hours, you know. But that's because, you know, I be having interesting guests with me. They be talking real good, you know what I'm saying? Ism to us, giving good thoughts. But let's embrace each other a little more, people. And like I said, credit your critics. Everything ain't all bad all sometimes. There's just some shit that you need to get on top of. You know, once you get on top of it, what could a person say about it? Nothing. You just eliminated that, nipped it in the bud or whatever and shit, without putting your hands on nobody, slapping nobody or nothing like that, because you was told the truth. Sometimes we just got to accept it. We got to throw our hands in, man. Stop being in denial, thinking that we on a pedestal, that we know everything, that we better than people. You know what I'm saying? We got to stop doing that to each other. We got to stop knocking each other down. Start lifting each other up. We got to start promoting each other a little more. We got to get credit what credit due, man. You see somebody doing something, man, out of spite, and it's something out the ordinary, man, thank them people, man. I talked about that the other day, too. It's a lot of people got podcasts and doing TikToks and all that, you know what I'm saying? It don't cost nothing to like them. It don't cost nothing to give them a heart or something like that. You know, do your job. That's a part of you doing your job, uplifting your brother, your sister. You know, you get blessings for them from the Heavenly Father. A lot of people miss their blessings because they don't want to bless nobody else. You know what I'm saying? The only selfishness you're supposed to have in you is a person that go against you. But you got to be that person. You got to be that righteous person to have a person with you. If you're not doing what you're supposed to do, you can't expect the person to be with you the way you want them to be with you. If you're not doing your part. You know what I'm saying? Me, it don't matter. I'm high off life. And I want best for everybody. So the lights and hearts don't matter because they're going to come from the people who feel it in the inside. That really got the showmanship for that shit. You know what I'm saying? And they're going to display it to me. They're going to let me know how they feel to make me do more and to make me do better in what did I do and what I do. It don't have to be no multitude. You know what I'm saying? It can be a few people. And I feel good about the situation. It can be one person. And I'm going to feel good about the situation. But all in all, to be right and to make everything right, people, if you give your attention to a person, man, you must like it. Don't act selfish with the information when a person is acting unselfish with theirs. You know what I'm saying? Content is big. Communication is everything. And unity is the key. We got to do what we got to do to make ourselves better. The shit on TV that you see, all the shit on TV is entertainment. You feel me? You got to know that everything you see on TV is entertainment. It's scripts to it. Even to the reality shit that you see. It's scripts to it. The way it's supposed to be displayed. The way they want people to see it. On the outside looking in. But we know how each other act. We know when we sad, mad, happy, bad, whatever. We got that instinct in us. Because we don't been around each other like that. You know what I'm saying? But just do your best and be your best, man. And remember, ain't nobody perfect. Practice don't make perfect. Practice make improvement. That means that you get better in what you do. But never perfect. Everybody accept losses. Everybody take losses. You got to work on food for thought, how you deal with losses. How you get around losses. How you come back from losses. And how you prevent the losses to come into you. It's all good, man. On everything. And I like to thank everybody for showing up. You know what I'm saying? I like to thank the people that greeted me. You know, I'm going through my little thing right now, but you know, I'm about at the end of the things that, you know, I got to do. You know, I'm supposed to be sitting out, taking my medication, making sure everything all right with me. But you know, man, it'd be up in me to get on here to learn something about myself. And maybe I can make an impact on somebody else. Maybe somebody else that's coming up. You know what I'm saying? Behind me. You know what I'm saying? To want better in life. You know what I'm saying? I'm just here to let them know that they can do it. And I'm here to push them. I believe in them. I got confidence in them. And whatever I can do for the situation, I'm going to do. You know, that's something that can't nobody take away from me. Can't nobody talk down to me. Can't nobody get mad at me. Can't nobody put their hands on me. Because I'm doing something positive. I'm doing something right. I'm doing something good. And you know, good overrides everything that's bad. There don't be nothing else to talk about. You know what I'm saying? I feel I've been patient enough for good things to come to me. You know what I'm saying? Good things don't come to people that wait. It comes to people that's patient. You know what I'm saying? Not just being patient with themselves, but being patient with others. You know what I'm saying? By putting themselves in other people's shoes, knowing what they're going through, knowing what they're feeling, knowing what's going on in their life and happening. You know what I'm saying? Thinking that you might can help in some type of way, if it's physically or mentally. And that's the way I want to be there for people, you know, because the struggle is real. It's real, you know. I've been down and out a lot of times, put out north, south, east, and west, no food or whatever in the refrigerator, clothing or whatever and shit like that. I'm quite sure many of us have experienced that. You can have what the next person had, what everybody had in our classroom. We probably was criticized, talked about, and things like that. But in our mind, you know, we couldn't change nothing, but we vow growing up that we're going to be better, we're going to dress better, look better, and do the best that we can for ourselves. All us don't been through it. You know what I'm saying? Very seldom, many people take heed to it. But most of all, we forgetting our teachers and where we came from. You know what I'm saying? How we was learning, how we was getting past things, how we was evolving, start having things. We got comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Thinking that, you know what I'm saying, it's going to be there forever. You know what I'm saying? How could we think things going to be there forever when we put our life on the line every day to destruct? It's hard. It's hard to say. You know? Can't think positive and negative at the same time. It's an oxymoron. Those two things that start a spark. A spark can lead into a fire. A fire will take everything that you own until it's gone. So we got to watch what we do, and we got to monetize our motherfucking behavior, activities, personality, understanding. Even the way we carry shit out, execute, do, react, things like that. You know, it's just a simple process for a complicated person. What's understood shouldn't be explained. Shit that we know already, we shouldn't have to go through over and over and over again. Let's learn from our mistakes, people. Let's credit our critics. Let's take the shit that we do in consideration. If we doing bad, and change it and work on it. And for those that's doing what they supposed to do, keep doing what you keep doing. And you're going to keep getting what you keep getting. Critics, in that order. Hey, y'all, I'm about to get up off of here, though, but you know what I'm saying? I had a positive speaking to you, you know what I'm saying? Thanks for the input and everything, everybody. Acknowledgement. Embrace these elders out here because, you know, our people are passing every day. You know, our elders, our grandmoms, our grandfathers, our uncles, aunts. You know what I'm saying? You know, we get a turn at it too, man. We want to be thought about. We want to be embraced. We want to be hugged. We want to go out. We want to dress. We want to dance and party. Just know that, man. When we get old, we going to want the same thing, man. So we treat people the way we want to be treated, man. We can't forget about our elders out there, man. Because if you ask me, those who the kids run it to, you know what I'm saying? Because they can't talk to us because we still trying to relive our childhood and shit at the age of 40 and 50 and shit, you know? We can't teach the kids, so they got to run to somebody. Embrace the elders. We used to leave them on when we go out any motherfucking way when they was babies. Might as well. Embrace them elders, man. And we need to embrace our kids too, man, and show them the way. They interested in something, go to Walmart and spend the money for it. Invest in your kid, man. In the long run, it's going to work out. The big picture's going to be beautiful. You know what I'm saying? To be aware is be alive. You got to watch out for self, because if you're not all right, ain't nothing around, you're going to be all right. You understand me? Don't let nobody dictate your moves. You do what's best for yourself. Be loyal to yourself, not to get yourself in no trouble and no predicament or getting hurt or whatever. You got people that depend on you, especially the kids. So y'all just stay up. I want y'all to have a blessed day today. You know what I'm saying? I got much love for everybody, especially for my birthday people today. Y'all enjoy y'all day. Much love to y'all. You know what I'm saying? And man, I just want everybody just to, you know what I'm saying? Stay blessed, man. And may the few righteous be many righteous. You know what I'm saying? And that's real talk. Food for thought, y'all.
Since the beat still going, rock lit, I'm blowing. Dollar checks, I'm coming all the time, I'm scoring. Laid back compatible, switching up my audibles. Not in front of clown niggas, like it's full lateral. Some stuck with me, but the other ones left. Those was the low life, the other ones just. Long live my hood, yes I came from that place. From the old special stone, we call it double A. You might see me on the tube, you might see me on the street, but I made it in the lab, making beats. I beat the blocks, I beat the rocks, I beat the cash, I beat that ass, I beat the finish, got you lacking in the past. I did the dash, I did it by myself. I did the product, and I didn't need no help. I did the ups, I beat the downs, I beat the roads, heading to a new town. The shit got hard, I beat the odds, I beat the family. Now we all